Let's start with the first round of real pitches. I would like to ask the first group to join me up here. I have Dorcas, I have Jacqueline, Emmanuel, Prince, and Mohammed. Okay, we decided that we're going to start with Dorcas because, not just because you're first on the list, but because you were so very relaxed in our first talk. The floor is yours. While you're looking for the mic, she's actually the one who is going to organize all sorts of retailers, small shops, and even my life with her platform. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much. We are creating a retail platform that's omni-channel. Do I have this? Here is the problem. 90% and above of all small businesses operate manually in Africa and many other emerging markets. Our solution is really to help these businesses digitize so that they can be able to sell online and offline, as well as buy online and offline. They do this by managing their stock, selling and making business payments on an Android app. And we supply this Android app on a subscription basis where they pay at least $10 a month as the beginning package. We are working through strategic partnerships because we believe this is the best way to grow. And in Kenya, we have closed a partnership with Safaricom, the largest telecommunications company in Kenya, and have integrated our platform with M-Pesa, which is a globally renowned mobile money platform. In Kenya, we have at least 7.4 million SMEs. And these merchants, up to 62% of these merchants are in wholesale and retail trade, small kiosks who are selling mainly goods. Globally, from the IFC statistics, we have at least 500 million small and medium-sized enterprises. 80% of these businesses are informal. And we have up to 2.5 trillion worth of financing gap for these SMEs. Here are our new growth plans. We want to get into supply chain, order origination to manufacturers, supply chain finance, marketplace, publishing the entire inventories for e-commerce and m-commerce sales to support these merchants with access to market, fintech for business credit, consumer credit, and staff credit. This is what we are looking for: technical expertise, data warehousing, machine learning, AI, big data analytics, plugins into the supply chain, especially with the top manufacturing ERPs. Business One is of critical interest to us, of SAP. Android POS hardware vendors to port this to regular hardware, and a global expansion partner. Thank you very much.
Dorcas, thank you so much for laying the ground and making the start in our pitching round. I think that was wonderful. We have some time for questions later on, so please get them all ready. We're very tight on the schedule for tonight to have more time to contact later on. We decided to have the two ladies first with the permission of the gentleman because Jacqueline is, as I announced before, doing her first pitch ever, and especially her first pitch on the product. You taking that? Yeah, sure, as you like. Dan. Okay.
Mr. Go.
It used to be number 5,
Okay,
my pregnancy journey. Jacqueline Rogers. There we go.
Okay. On average, 1.1 million babies are born in South Africa every year alone. By 2050, a quarter of the world's population will be African. Currently, there is no African-based pregnancy app available for the pregnant African market. I'm Jacqueline Rogers, the founder and creator of My Pregnancy Journey. I have 10 years of experience in the African pregnancy industry. I've identified a huge gap to supply valuable information that is focused on the continent and its unique challenges. The product I'm presenting to you today is an educational pregnancy app for African women. The only other pregnancy apps available are all internationally based, and none of them are focused on the African market. The mission of our app is to create relevant, valuable content and informative videos to educate, guide, and empower all pregnant women. We want to be part of their lives at an early stage of motherhood. We want to change the way that they think about being a mom. We want to give them the first world guidance, information, knowledge, and skills they deserve. It's the hand that rocks the cradle. We want to give them the tools and make African moms more confident in raising the next generation. Our product is the solution to this. We have created a life-changing app that will be used to reach all of our pregnant, precious women and mothers of Africa. Africa has the world's highest rates of adolescent pregnancies, a factor that affects the health, education, and earning potential of millions of African girls. Our app will cover all things pregnancy. There are just so many topics and avenues we can tap into with our app that will educate, support, and bring the much-needed awareness to women and men in Africa. We have a wonderful platform and opportunity to make a real difference in so many people's lives. With such a simple concept as this app, we can make a significant change by achieving and promoting awareness and educating our African mothers. To achieve this, we need to make our app a free download, so it's accessible to all pregnant women. To complete our full project with marketing distribution, we would need advertisers, sponsors, and mentors to come on board. The other side of our business model is data collection. We are aiming to unlock the huge social and financial potential by collecting trends, analytics, geographic movements, and stats of each user in each country. With our life-changing app being the initial stepping stone in this journey, we also see avenues of further business growth and development for baby and toddler apps. We hope to get you all on board, and you also see the tremendous potential our app has to offer. Let's all be part of My Pregnancy Journey and play a key role in empowering the future African generations to come. Thank you.
Jacqueline, thank you so much. That was wonderful. And I dare say you were a lioness.
Yes.
So this is how we do it. Wonderful. I think the sheer figures speak for themselves. The growth rate calls for applicants. And I'm looking forward to what's coming out of that. Thank you for presenting that here for us tonight. Now we're going back to the order. Emmanuel, please present Flipify, where the name is so much different from what you're actually presenting. So be surprised.
Hi. Forgive my T-shirt. I've actually got my luggage still locked up in the airport because I arrived late. My name is Emmanuel Mbalam. I am the CEO and co-founder of Flipify. This is what we've identified, that in Ghana, there is a general lack of access to essential financial services, basically among millennials. And then also these millennials are also looking for a new financial experience because they're tired with what is being offered. And it's not just in Ghana alone. In Africa, the World Bank Global Findex estimates that there are about 350 million Africans who are financially excluded. And there is a global financial exclusion of 2 billion people. And Accenture Consulting estimate that financial institutions could actually make up to 380 billion in revenue by the year 2020 if they're able to provide solutions to these 200 billion people globally. This is what we come in. Flipify is an intelligent financial services platform that uses proprietary algorithm to understand the financial needs and risk appetite of millennials in Ghana and use that information to design and recommend financial products to them. Currently, we've started with a very simple savings tool that helps them to set financial goals and connect their digital wallets and save little amounts towards them. And so this is how it works. You log on to Flipify, you sign up and then choose a goal or set a goal. You set a rule whether you want to save daily, weekly, or monthly, specifying the amount you want to save. And then you connect your wallet, being it mobile money or any of the payment platforms you have in Ghana. Flipify automatically pulls money, the specified amount, from your wallet based on the rule you set up there. And you can access your money anytime you meet your goal or when you decide that you don't want to continue with saving. And so they get to manage their account with a simple dashboard here. So in 2017, we were the winners of the Data Hack for Financial Inclusion in Ghana, organized by I2I Facility in South Africa. We also applied for a FinTech Fusion. Basically, I didn't make it to that because I didn't get the visa to defend. We would have made it to the final 10, I'm sure. We rolled out a private beta in November, and we had close to 700 people testing it. We also formed a partnership with Gisla Financial Services and then Unique Insurance this year. So we actually looking to roll up a public beta in May, and we're actually looking to also acquire up to about 2,000 users by 2020. We have an awesome team. I have built... So we're looking for partners, especially financial institutions operating in Africa, especially in Ghana. Thank you.
Emmanuel, thank you so much. I'll be eager to find out whether you can help me saving as well. I'm more on the credit side. Prince, let's find out what you are doing with Koliba. Ooh.
Hello. So my name is Prince, and I'm from Ghana, and I'm the co-founder of Koliba. Now, on this picture, you see it on the 3rd of June 2015, a major disaster struck in Ghana. Over 200 people lost their life. I was a survivor of the flood, and I lost my best friend. And the reason for the flood was because the main drainage systems, which were 90% of the drainage systems, were open drainage systems. If you've been in Africa, they were filled with plastic. And as a result, there was flooding, and a lot of people lost their lives. So this is really a problem. In Ghana, we generate over 22,000 plastic waste, annually, and just about 2% of this is recycled. It's a big problem, and we can generate over $340 million annually from just plastic waste recycling. So the current sector is that everyone haul their waste to waste management companies, and it ends up in landfills. There is no proper recycling solutions for it. So our solution, the Koliba app. So the Koliba app is a mobile platform which includes USSID local voice technology for in-house and local Ghanaian dialects that educate people on the essence of segregating their waste, know the closest buyback centers that we have in Accra and in Abidjan, and then shuttle pickup, and these wastes are picked up, and then they are paid for it. So currently, you check out the Koliba app. What happens is that you sign up, and you use the application to notify us for pickup or drop your plastic waste in the closest buyback centers that we have. And you get a reward of cash. Or for low-income families, we give them redemptions in terms of intensive for like sugar, rice, and what have you. We also have health insurance packages for waste pickers that we work with. So currently, we are operating over 8 tons a day in Accra since 2007. In Abidjan, we are doing 2 tons a day. If you're in Ivory Coast, we have about 8 out of 10 of our workers, which are women waste pickers that we work with because they are already on the ground. They are the solutions. We don't have to exclude them from the solution. Our focus is in 2022, we want to be recycling over 30,000 metric tons with coverage in other countries. So currently we are in Abidjan, which is in Ivory Coast, and we're in Accra, Ghana. We have partners in Ghana, Barclays, British Council. We've had supportive investments as well. Also in Ivory Coast, we have a brilliant team in Abidjan and myself in Accra. And yes, we are looking for key partners. If you're here and you have ideas on how we can scale, come talk to me and let's see how we can make that work. Thank you.
Prince, thank you so much. I really love the variety of projects that you're and the ideas that you're presenting here. Now we're going once more back to health. Mohamed from Tunisia. The glass is half full.
So grabbing a cup of water, playing piano, or maybe holding the hands of someone we love. That looks so obvious and simple because unconsciously we neglect the complicated mechanism behind that. In a matter of fact, it's more than complicated that more than 30 million people around the world cannot do that because they lost their hands, because they are amputees. In Tunisia, we have at least 1,000 persons per year who get upper limb amputation. And most of them don't have prosthetics. Some of them have hooks or aesthetic ones, and a few of them have robotic arms. And thus, due to the expensive price of these prosthetics, the non-availability in Africa, the non-customizable design, and the boring and classic rehabilitation service. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Mohamed Dawefi. I'm from Tunisia, and I'm the founder of the startup Cure, the first in Africa that will provide upper limb amputees with myoelectric prosthetic hands that works with muscle signals. They are 3D printed using an ecological raw material, making from it a lightweight and customizable prosthetics. We are starting developing a VR and IR-based platform for rehabilitation that will give us diagnostic, and it will be funny and efficient at the same time. For now, we got our business plan ready. We have a great team, and we made our first prototype. We call that prototype Touch Pro. That will be sold once prepared for an affordable price. That's one of the people who tried to do that. It was prototype. So yeah, this product, once prepared, will be sold for in a global market estimated of $20.5 billion. Will generate revenues by selling these products, rehabilitation services, and the customization service. We've participated in some international events like the Global Entrepreneurship Summit in India. We've been selected as one of the 10 best startups in Arab Wars by Harvard Business School. All of these great things wouldn't be done without a great team and without our medical and orthopedical advisors. A team with a vision that we are not just fixing disabilities, but we are extending abilities. And for that, we are planning to implement the first center that will take care of physically disabled people, not just with technology, but with social assistance and with trainings to help them to start their own businesses, because innovation comes from struggle. So we need this money to start hiring people, to get our MVP ready, to get our marketing, and to make our business profitable. For now and urgently, we need this money to finish the MVP. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your attention.
Mohamed, thank you so much for presenting that. All this 3D printing, new ideas of how to get hold of waste that the new generation can also live in a clean world. Babies, everyday life, shopping. I think it's so amazing what you're doing, and of course we have to do some savings to be able to afford all of that. Ladies and gentlemen, do you have any questions at the time being? I would allow like 4 or 5 minutes, and as usually I'd be very disappointed if there were no questions after so wonderful presentations. Right in the back, please. Just quickly say your name and what you would like to know. Yeah, she dared to put up her finger.
Hi, my name is Wadzenai Matikatai. I work with a consulting firm called Construct. Thank you very much for your pitches. They were fantastic. My quick question is, some of the pitches clearly have a social good outcome, and others are more business-driven and focused. I'm curious to understand how each of you have looked at kind of the impact of your business at the different socioeconomical levels. And particularly, I'm interested with regards to my pregnancy journey, and if you've considered apps that are designed specifically for lower middle-income African women. Thank you.
Wonderful, thank you. Do we have a second question? Yeah.
So, my name is Prince. My question goes to the waste management man. I wanted to ask you, the app that you will use to educate the people, which language would they be? Because I'm from Ghana, so I know, you know how it is. The language is very important.
Okay, thank you.
Hello, my name is Kondwani. I work for a management consultancy firm. I work with companies across Africa. My question goes to Emmanuel. Your product seems pretty interesting, and I like it because it also touches on the psychological aspect of things and trying to teach people different characters and how to save money. So my question is, how do you make money from it? What's your money-making model from it? Thank you.
Okay. It's not in...
Yes, so what we're trying to do with the savings aspect is actually to get them to save. We take just a service fee of 20 pesos per month. That is what we're doing now, but we're actually looking to roll out more products, investment and insurance pretty soon. And I think with the investment, we can actually up the figures a little bit. For social impact, I think as the figures show, 350 million Africans who are financially excluded, which means they do not have access to savings, they can't live quality lives and all that. If we're able to provide these services to them, it doesn't just make their lives better, it goes to affect their families as well.
Language?
Thank you.
No, the language was for everybody. The language question was for everybody? Or just for Prince?
Yeah, so it's for me.
Okay.
All right.
I thought it was for everybody.
Yeah. So basically, when you check on Google Plus, Coliba Plus, you realize that Coliba is in two languages, in French and then in English. The French is used in Abidjan, Ivory Coast, where we're using it very effectively. And in Ghana, we are doing a pilot with it, so it's still in English in Ghana. We have USSID where you dial *100 *80 hash, which mostly is used for restaurants and organizations that want to start collection and giving us their waste. So once they die that, it comes to our system, and we have the closest waste speakers attend to them. So currently it's in English and French, and we are rolling out a pilot in local dialects, Hausa and Chi, for the integration in the app. And we hope that with enough funding, the key issue about business model is that we are not just there is no serious formal recycling companies in Ghana. So it's not that we are giving the app to them to pay us for it. So we are also a recycling company. So the app is our automation process. So we do the recycling ourselves, and some of them we give them to off-takers. So that is our business model in that regard. So we don't want to put so much resources on the app as well, leaving the aspect of operation as well, because it's very capital intensive. I think we can meet and talk more about that since you're from Ghana. Thank you.
Okay.
Hi. So the social impact on the lower income people, ladies from Africa, I think we've got this idea, and it's also going to grow, and it's like we know where we want to take this project. But obviously we want to start at the ground roots, and it's going to take some time to get to those ladies. Obviously not everybody's got smartphones, but everybody's going to eventually get smartphones. So we will eventually get to those lower income ladies, but our target is mainly to make an impact with them, because we want to change the way that they think about raising a child. And, only way is to get the message on a phone. So we need to get phones to them, and so it's a whole thing. So I hope that answers your question.
Maybe I can add on that, because you said it's not only about pregnancy, but also maybe about not having baby numbers.
Exactly. We're not
7 or 8.
promoting more babies, but this platform can help us teach them about, not having more kids and, having safer sex and stuff like that. So this is just a platform for us to get to them, basically, and educate them.
It's after 7, we can say that.
Okay. For the retail sector, about impact, the biggest challenge we have, for example, in Africa is very, very micro enterprises and then, just the very large enterprises. And this is because of mainly poor record keeping, therefore, difficulties with credit assessment when it comes to, traditional credit. But we can change that around and give them tools to capture business records as they do their selling, and in the background you generate enough data to provide, a good reference for credit scoring, especially from a fintech perspective, which I think promotes financial inclusion, which is a big deal for small businesses around the world.
So for the social impact, I guess like MPTs are suffering from a missing lamp. So giving them this lamp is like giving them a new touch of hope. And especially for children, because it's customizable, that can help them to overcome any psychological problems. They can choose like a superhero design, their favorite colors, etc. And that can be like inspiring for them. The second part, and since I'm looking for an hybrid structure, so like a profit and non-profit parts in my startup. So there will be like a social and professional assistance for MPTs, because most of them, after getting accidents like in workplace or any other, they cannot get reintegrated in the same environment, and they cannot get the same jobs, or so they need like an alternative, and they need like that self-confidence trainings, etc. So yeah.
Mohammed, thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, this was the first round of the people that's going to have an impact on our future in one way or another. You just said the superhero design. This is it. Thank you very much for joining me here for the first round.